The boat ride was so beautiful. I feel like it was one of the most beautiful boat rides I've ever been on. And I think the best part of it was that it was just totally unexpected, but it was so beautiful that I wanted to cry. Hi! If you're new to our channel, we're Yvonne and Jeremy, and we're exploring Thailand.
Today, we visit one of the most stunning places on earth, Khao Sok National Park in Surat Thani province, Thailand. After a month in Krabi, we made our way north to the town of Khao Sok, right outside of Khao Sok National Park. So welcome to our cute little Thai-style bungalow. So we have a cute little double bed here, along with a mosquito net for the rainy season. But according to our host, there aren't that many mosquitoes at this time of year. We have windows and a bench and some chairs outside, so we can sit outside if we would like. And a nice and pleasant surprise is that there's actually an AC unit, which I wasn't expecting. Thai bungalow bathroom. It's actually pretty clean and modern. I'm pleasantly surprised. Good morning, everyone. We had a nice night of sleep and it was actually very calm and peaceful. So now we're getting ready to head out to the lake via van and boat transfer. After about an hour in the van, we stopped by 7-Eleven and a fresh market to get some stuff to eat before we head to the pier and then go by boat to the floating bungalows. So after we got back on the van, we continued for another 10 minutes till we reached the pier. And at that point, we had to get off, pay a tax for the pier due to COVID, and then pay the national park fee. And then we were on to a long-tail boat.
So when we got on the boat, we actually saw a lot of giant fish. I didn't really have that much expectation going onto the boat. I thought it was just going to be a short boat ride, but then it ended up being an hour. The boat ride was so beautiful. I feel like it was one of the most beautiful boat rides I've ever been on. And I think the best part of it was that it was just totally unexpected. There were just islands after islands, limestone cliffs, and you can see the jagged peaks near and far. So there's just so much you can see in this boat ride, and it just made me appreciate the mountains so much. The water was an emerald color, and just paired with the cliffs and the limestones, it's just so beautiful and so serene. It was so beautiful that I wanted to cry. I'm so excited to spend time here and just explore this area.
We're at Smiley's lake houses, and there are different kinds of lake houses. I think it's definitely gone through an upgrade since the time that the information on their website was published. So there's actually electricity around the clock now. They use solar panels on the roofs of these overwater bungalows. And it's actually just a nice and simple accommodation right on the lake. There's free swimming and kayaking whenever you want.
That was fun.
We had a nice lunch with a lot of different Thai items. It was eat as much as you want, and the guy kept coming over to say, do you want more of this? Do you want more of this? Which of course we didn't, because they put everything out there already. There's fried chicken, there was green curry, there was papaya salad. There was also sweet and sour chicken. There was a lot going on at that meal, plus some fresh fruit. We had some time to change our clothes, and now we're gonna head out to a cave tour, which apparently involves getting wet. I have no idea what to expect, slightly nervous, but we'll see. We've put on sunscreen and bug repellent, so hopefully the bugs don't attack us. We're gonna be exploring a cave in a few hours, and of course, Yvonne is already prepared. Wow, it's like we're on a real jungle trek.
We see the weather, yeah, that's good weather because the sky look like a blue sky, right? Normally they have the crowd, and then we walk inside the cave.
This is a butterfly, not a leaf.
Wow, oh my gosh.
And out there they have the spider.
Oh my gosh.
This one the middle one, but not so big.
I'm still in shock.
What just happened? We just came out of this cave right here. Can't believe what just happened. We saw spiders, we saw bats, we saw toads, we swam through narrow passages, areas where the water level was over my head. Wow, this is a crazy cave experience. And I really don't think the park literature really said anything about what we would do in this cave. Jeremy, what did you think?
I'm in shock.
What just happened? That was really, really fun.
It was very fun,
Yeah.
but crazy. We had no idea what was going on the whole time.
We've been in caves, but not like this.
Yeah,
Our
it's
shoes are soaked. But I don't even care to get the water out because we're going to be walking in water on the way back anyway. This is fried sticky rice with banana.
This afternoon when we left here, we had no idea what we were doing. We were told to dress for an adventure, a cave adventure, but we had no idea what that was ultimately going to entail. We've been in caves before, including on this trip, but the experience was nothing like what we went through today. So it ended up being about a 5-kilometer round trip trek, but in between we went into this massive cave with many different formations with bats, toads, spiders, crickets, fish. We had to essentially use headlamps to navigate our way around the cave, jump into the water, swim in knee-high, waist-high, and up to our necks in water to get through this cave. And there are some places where you just didn't even know where you were stepping, but it was crazy adventurous, very, very fun throughout the whole time. We just didn't know what we were doing.
I would say that today's cave experience was the most fun and amazing experience I've ever had. I think going on this tour, knowing that there will be a cave tour, I think for me, I just thought, okay, we'll just be walking through a cave, maybe seeing some bats, maybe just things that we've seen before already. But no, this was like next level. And I think the whole time the guide was just super chill about it. He's like, oh yeah, just come follow me. Okay, we're gonna go through this. And then next thing you know, he's like, all right, give me your phones because we're gonna be swimming underwater. And we're like, oh, okay. Like our guide would just shine a light and he goes, all right, this is a spider. And it's like the size of my palm. And then he would stop and then he would shine the light on the water and say, oh, there's a bunch of fish here and they're eating crickets. I just can't imagine, you know, all the things that we were able to see even in the dark. What else we would see if the cave was all lit up?
I think my feeling during the experience is that we did a bunch of things that I normally might not do or might not be that eager to do, like walk straight through streams with full-on shoes.
After we hiked back through the jungle, I thought we were going to come back, but we decided to stop and look at buffaloes. So I think that was another unexpected surprise. We saw buffaloes and then they would move their ears. Apparently they do that because sometimes there are flies and mosquitoes that try to get into their ears, so that's why they sway their ears to get rid of them. So we saw a few families of buffaloes. Apparently a male buffalo can weigh up to 1,000 kilograms. So right now we're going to have dinner and we're going to relax for the rest of the night in our overwater bungalow. And we're going to have an early morning safari tomorrow. So we have to wake up really early.
So this morning we woke up bright and early and went on a morning cruise to look for some animals. We saw several birds actually, including an eagle, as well as some monkeys. So that was a lot of fun. It was cool. There were clouds lightly covering some of the limestone mountains in the background, and so it just looked really, really beautiful. We came back for a breakfast, which was a combination Thai Western breakfast, and then we're checked out of our overwater bungalow now. We're out on Cheow Lan Lake just kayaking around and just enjoying our last moments of this experience.
So this morning we had the option to go to another cave or to stay around and kayak. Yesterday, ever since we arrived, we both felt like the day kind of went by pretty fast because we arrived basically during lunchtime. And shortly after lunch, we went out to the cave, which took about 3 hours. Basically, when we came back, it was already pretty dark and around dinner time already. So we sort of didn't actually have a chance to come out here and kayak and enjoy the scenery. It was the better choice to just kind of stay around this area this morning before we have to go.
My honest review of staying in an overwater bungalow. We're out in the middle of the nowhere, so I didn't expect the mattresses to be that great. But yeah, definitely whenever someone walks across the front porch that connects all the overwater bungalows, you can feel it within the bungalow. But otherwise, it got fairly cool at night. We had a fan, there's no AC, and all the windows were open. You do have to be prepared for some critters to enter into your bungalow, but overall it was a pleasant experience. Got a good amount of rest. We were able to see the stars late at night and just enjoy this serene, peaceful environment away from everything.
The food here has been amazing. I was very, very surprised by the quality and quantity of food that they served here. So because I don't want to waste food, I just eat as much as I can, and I feel like I eat probably double of what I usually eat in a day.
You can hear some of the monkeys siren calling to each other in the background, but I think it's so special to be here during this time as Thailand is slowly reopening from COVID. I think there are definitely a lot fewer guests than there normally would be, and that leads to a much quieter and just tranquil experience as you're just enjoying some of these natural surroundings. So we're gonna finish up this short kayaking session, and then after that we're gonna get on a boat all together, head towards a landmark and some other viewpoints of this scenic area, and then after that we're gonna get onto a van and head back to Khao Sok town. So after we left the overwater bungalows, we made our way by boat to the landmark of Khao Sok National Park, which are these 3 rising stones. We got to take some pictures and videos. Then we headed back to the pier, and then we took a short ride to eat lunch by the power plant, because actually Cheow Lan Lake is formed by this dam. All this water has been in place since the 1980s. So we're gonna check out this viewpoint very quickly, and then we're gonna be back on our way towards Khao Sok town.
Goodbye, have a bye.
Thanks for everything.
We're back at our bungalow after a jam-packed 2 days at Khao Sok National Park. We relaxed a little bit, had a little bit of dinner, and then ran into a lot of rain. But this concludes our adventure at Khao Sok, and seriously one of the most special and beautiful places that we've seen on Earth so far. And we really enjoyed our time out there. It was really something special, and especially during this season where Thailand is still recovering from COVID, it was an extra special treat to be able to enjoy this place. Getting up bright and early tomorrow morning to journey on to our next place. But if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to follow the rest of our Thailand adventures. We'll see you next time.